This is really wild. The official Israel government account pushing back on Gigi Hadid for sharing a very mild post, by the way, that was somewhat critical of the Israeli government. Go ahead and put this up on the screen. This is pretty wild. So what she posted is, there is nothing Jewish about the Israeli government's treatment of Palestinians. Condemning the Israeli government is not anti-Semitic, and supporting Palestinians is not supporting Hamas. So the State of Israel official Instagram account replies, "Hi Gigi, this next story is for you. Have you been sleeping the past week? Are you just fine turning a blind eye to Jewish babies being butchered in their homes? Your silence has been very clear about where you stand. We see you. If you don't condemn this," and it's a horrific picture of, you know, a blood-splattered floor in a child's bedroom, "this, your words mean nothing." And by the way, she did very clearly condemn the Hamas attacks and, you know, was outraged by it. But it is wild to see the government of Israel coming at Gigi Hadid or any random celebrity.
I don't care what Gigi Hadid said, all right? And it doesn't matter what she said. Why are we clapping back as a government account on Instagram? This is insanity. It's like, we're posting stories now? Like, what is this, makeup tutorial drama? I mean, like, literally, like, this is how children act online.
I'll tell you why, because they don't want anyone with prominence to, you know, paint a different picture than what they want painted. And, you know, it really is emotional blackmail. I mean, one atrocity does not justify another. And that's the bottom line here. So she could condemn Hamas all day long, but if she says anything about, hey, Palestinian civilians, then suddenly, oh, you're a terrorist sympathizer and you don't care about the dead Jewish babies.
And also,
it's emotional blackmail.
It appears to be now a policy by the Israeli government. One, by the way, I would certainly, you know, advise against, where they are sending government ministers to call out celebrities for their silence. Let's take a listen.
And HUG and all these women organizations that are staying silent right now. By the way, I've never saw so many feminists being silent at the same time. The only time they're so silent is when a Jewish woman or Israeli woman is being raped or murdered. But I guess anti-Semitism is much more hard than feminism in this time. But those celebrities, like I saw Oprah Winfrey for matters, that saying Jennifer Aniston, all these celebrities that stay silent and always talk about women's rights. Where are you when women's rights are being brutally, brutally, brutally attacked in a democracy? This is not just a fight for Israel. This is a fight for the rest of the Jewish nation around the world.
Let me ask you a question, May.
For democracies around the world.
May, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
So that is May Golan. She's the Minister for the Advancement of the Status of Women in Israel. Okay, commend her, I guess, for her job. But why? So here's the thing. At least, I guess, in the Gigi case, she said something and they're criticizing it. This one is, you have not posted anything.
Right.
Why is a foreign government demanding Oprah speak out?
And Jennifer Aniston.
And Jennifer Aniston. Also, considering Oprah's response to Maui, you don't want Oprah to be on your side. Let me just say that. And yeah, Jennifer, who gives a shit what Jennifer Aniston has to say?
Like, they have a list of who hasn't said the things they want them to say.
It's
like Michael Tracy, I have to quote him. He said, Israeli government minister bitterly attacks feminist organizations and celebrities like Oprah and Jennifer Aniston for their silence on Hamas. If only these random American celebrities supported Israeli military operations more vociferously, the problem would be solved.
I was also wondering on Jennifer Aniston, I'm like, is she Jewish? But I mean, based on what I can tell, yeah, it doesn't look like she, I have no idea what all of this is.
Just was noted that she hadn't said whatever they wanted her to say.
Maybe this is part of it. Apparently, this is what you love through Google. I was like, Jennifer Aniston Jewish? Apparently, she liked an Instagram post by Jamie Foxx that some people called anti-Semitic from a while ago, where he posted a message about Jesus being killed, #fake friends, #fake love. I have no idea what that is, but that appears to me the extent to which Jennifer Aniston, they're throwing a like on this freaking thing.
I personally would like for American celebrities to stay silent on far more issues. I mean, we had both Justin Bieber and Jamie Lee Curtis sharing things that they thought thought were Israel and were really Palestine, and I mean, just making an absolute mess of this. Amy Schumer is a whole other story with all of this. So I don't know why we need to look to these people for moral leadership and guidance on any issue.
Gigi Hadid, she's Palestinian, right? Okay, she can speak. Gal Gadot, I think?
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, same thing. She's Israeli. Fine, whatever. Now I think Natalie Portman too. I think she's Israeli. Fine. You know, these people, they're literally citizens of the country. Say whatever you want. I totally understand it. But yeah, Oprah, we need Oprah to weigh in here. We need Jennifer Aniston to weigh in here. It's like, what are we doing? And it just makes them look ridiculous, to be honest. And, yeah, and also just in terms of the arrogance, which has always driven me nuts about this, is like, you do not tell us what to say. We will say whatever we want in this country, at least for now. It's like, where do you have the gall to be going on television, also on British television, and then demanding
random
Why don't you ask Piers Morgan or somebody?
Speak out.
Who's a good British celebrity? Like Tom Huddleston or whatever? Yeah, have him speak out, okay? Like at least
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant, there you go. I do love Hugh Grant. And Colin Firth. You know, got my heart belongs to Colin. He's a great guy. But anyway, yeah, just completely ridiculous, and just, you know, show further the insanity of where we are. I feel like we're right back to canceling Russian tennis players for playing in Wimbledon. Or like
there's
I said
been
yesterday,
some of that too, of like canceling Palestinian poets or whatever, different events around the world. It's just outright xenophobic. And we said the same thing when this was happening with Russia. And by the way, it continues to happen with Russia. I think the tennis players are now allowed to play again, but they don't have their flags next to them. I mean, it's just like, it's just nonsense virtue signaling that doesn't solve any problems.
I told you yesterday about the Russian Uzbek restaurant, which literally took the name Russian out of it. It's Russian cuisine. It's not about Russia. It's about the actual food. It's like, what's the whole point of going there? Also, Uzbek food, no offense, doesn't sound as enticing. Russian Uzbek, now I'm interested.
Right. Separate the people from their governments, please. I mean, no one should have more interest in that than Americans who have had their government do all kinds of things in our name that we haven't necessarily
Actually, that's a great point. How many times have you been abroad and some arrogant, annoying European makes a comment about the Iraq War, and you're like, hey, dude, I didn't support the Iraq War. You know, it's like, what, you want to talk about French, you know, or Portuguese, like, slave trade? No, because we're not all reflections of what our governments do.
Hey guys, if you like that video, go to breakingpoints.com, become a premium subscriber, and help us build the best independent media organization on the planet.
That's right. We're subscriber funded. We're building something new. We want to replace these failing mainstream media organizations.
So again, to subscribe, it's breakingpoints.com.